How's it, guys? Alec here. So one of the cool things that you always want to do when you look at your working capital in a business is manage your cash, right? So it's quite interesting what we've seen when you do look at your cash flow on a transactional base, that you have a lot more insight, and it is quite a special thing to just see. What I wanted to show you just how it looks is when you go to a dashboard in this my BI environment, this is a demo database where we have consolidated 3 databases out of a Pastel a Pastel Express space, but we can consolidate out of Pastel Partner as well. So if you were to look at this year, it says you got 129,000 Rand overdrawn on your cash. And if you were to go into it, it's auto-generated this cash flow statement, and you'll see that ultimately this is the total net cash out and inflow. That's the position or the actual amount overdrawn over the 2-year period that is available here. So a few things that you can see, because it directly comes from database, from transaction level, you can actually go and see on a month-to-month basis how each of your different categories of cash have actually contributed or taken away cash from your bank. And the other thing that's also quite interesting, if you look at it from a total level, in this instance here, for instance, let's have a look at this first line, which says you've spent 34,166,757 Rand on your trade and other payables. Now, here's something that's quite nice. If you were to open this, it auto shows you on which categories of trade other payables you've spent it. In this case, only one, trade creditors. And then if you double click on it again, it shows you on which suppliers you've actually spent it. And there's a long list over here that will show you who you've spent it on. And now if you, for instance, have a look at this specific supplier, it's PRO001. If you double click it again, it actually shows you on which date you spent that money, from newest or latest date at the top to earliest date at the bottom. And once you open this, is quite a special picture. It actually steps up and shows you where you've spent money with this supplier. And the same applies then for any of the actual categories here. If you were to close this again, you look at something like trade and other receivables. You look at that, it says trade debtors, you open it and it says, wow, how did I actually receive this 57 million? And once you open this, it actually shows you all your customers, and you can also go and see, well, when did these customers pay me? Let's take, for instance, this line over here. You open it and it says to you, this is how this customer has actually paid you. And then once you open any of them again, you'll see how actually they've paid you over time. So that's a nice and quick and easy way, without any spreadsheet work. It just auto generates out of a Pastel Partner or Express database, and it shows you this level of detail on a cash flow statement, so that you can ultimately really go and see, how did my cash ultimately flow through my business in and out. Right, hope you found it useful, and I do think working capital is just an amazing part of any business, and managing it to have grip on data really does help. Right, have a good one, guys. Bye.